Today on Cabal Cast, we are back in Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, doing a video commentary. So I'm going to be doing a series of games. Apparently, I've been looking through the tournament section and I found out that this particular tournament was back in March 2016. It featured a tournament where it wasn't cast, the finals weren't casted, and I figured that I might as well cast the finals of this tournament. So it was the Outcast Tournament back in, it was March 16th, I believe, this year, and it features two players, Unlea, which is recently I haven't been seeing him at all lately. I guess he may be just playing against Dirty Dutch or something, or not online anymore. And Young Burn Schwag, which is Phoenix, aka Steven Nashington. Oh, Steven Nashington, that's Green Zero's stuff. Anyway, Black Mirror match. Here we go. Up at the top here, we see this is Phoenix, aka Steve Nash, playing as the pink Black Hand, and down south we have Unleashed UA playing as a cyan Black Hand. So both these players are going to start with their power plants, and their tip spikes is just to the right of them. It's in a protected by a plateau here in a mutant hovel, which is nobody ever captures it unless you're very, very desperate. Looks like Steve Nashington is going to be going for a crane. It looks like he wants to get that early blue tip, and blue tip is already fully grown, so that means it's going to be a lot of money here. Unleashed, meanwhile, does not go for the crane builder. He's going for 1, 2, and 3 scouts. He's got his engineer ready, and he's probably going to be placing his refinery on this green field right here. Now, this is classic Tavern War style, where you go for a crane, refinery, creep to your blue field, and then another refinery, then a war factory, then you sell your crane. Actually, you sell your crane after you place your war factory and whatnot. Double power plant. Then he sells his crane for 750 credits. Now he's going for a war factory. I would assume, because that's all he can build at this point. Unless he's going for another refinery, which will put him behind an economy or unit production. Decided to go for Professor Cabal squad, and this will deny Unleashed some production or scouting. Meanwhile, what are you doing, Unleashed? You're going for some attack bikes, and that's what you expect out of a Black Hand player. He's going for any type of more rush, and it looks like that's a refinery, so no rush after that. War factory's been placed down. Are you going for a rush, Phoenix? No, you are not, because you're just getting in your Tiberium. Just more short to build and sell. That attack bike is coming in, and it takes a couple shots from that Professor Cabal squad, but it looks like this is just a scouting bike. Meanwhile, Unleashed is going for 4 bikes, and these bring into the center of the map where Steve Nash does not see it. He's going for another harvester, so that means that this 4 attack bikes is completely unscouted, and I guess Steve Nash doesn't realize that he knows there's bikes, but he doesn't know if there's more of them. But he knows he's building more bikes, so here comes the Unleashed with his attack bikes and takes out one of the Steve Nash bikes, but almost loses two his bikes in the process. Forced to sell off that refinery. Here comes Unleashed, and he's coming in with 4 attack bikes, but Shredder Turn build and sell, power plant build and sell, Shredder Turn build and sell, is taking a swing of those harvesters. Destroys one harvester full of blue tip. That would be huge for Unleashed. Can he get it? Oh, it would be so close. Oh, he gets the harvester. Oh, that is so bad. Harvester full of blue tib. Harvester full of blue tib by Phoenix. That's not good. And he's counterattacking now with his own attack bikes. He only has 2 of them, so he wants to know what Unleashed is doing. Unleashed has 3 and 2, powered on one of his refineries. So it looks like this is just a simple couple of scouts from Phoenix. He needs to get his economy back in order. His blue tip field is half done, so he needs to go and get some more tip from his green field, and he has so indeed. Placed a refinery on there. The bikes are in the base of Unleashed, and he's just a couple of buggies as well. Single Scorpion tank chases them all the way, and this a single Professor Cabal squad is going to be taken out by a couple of these buggies. And buggies, there's a good counter. Plus, they rank up a lot faster than normal squads do. A couple of shots at that power plant just to cause problems for Unleashed. But these Scorpion tanks, there's 3 Scorpion tanks that are just pushing those bikes away, and buggies going separate ways. Unleashed has expanded to this blue type green field right here, and that'll give him an insane amount of credits. At the same time, Phoenix has almost mined out his blue tip field. He's got another quarter left. He's building more harvesters, and he's got a second refinery on that field, so he's got 3 and 2. It's gonna be 4 and 2 in that field, and there's 3 and 3. There's 3 and 1 on that field. So once he expands, he can probably expand to that green tip field once he has his another ore factory and or some more production. Single Scorpion tank for a scout, another Scorpion tank squishing the Professor Cabal squad, another Scorpion tank up here. More squishing, more Professor Cabal squads. Anything happening up here? Professor Cabal squad from Phoenix is just scouting down on the south here. See what you can find. There's no expansion on here yet because Unleashed is up here. He's just getting some blue tip now from his refinery. His Phoenix is going back for some more bikes. I guess he's a bit on a small attack as well. The bikers are coming back in, so a small bike attack. Actually, that's not too small. It's like what, 7 bikes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 bikes and 2 buggies. That's a good small force. And another attack bike as well. Phoenix is placed on the operations center and a war factory, so it looks like he's going to transition to Scorpion tanks, and that's pretty good. This will give him an insane amount of Scorpion tanks in a small amount of time. But Unleash meanwhile has got his second war factory out, and he's pumping out Scorpion tanks of his own. The power plant has just been there to block the incoming bikes and forcing us off with those Confessor Cabal squads. Those bikes shouldn't attack the Scorpion tanks. They should be out maybe getting into the base of Unleashed or something and causing some problems with some harvester harassment. Unleashed only has 3 and 2 in this field. Looks like he transferred some harvesters. Actually, no, he doesn't have any harvesters. Oh, there we go. The blue tip harvester just did the chicken dance a little bit, and just go back to that refinery and get some more Tiberium in. Scorpion tanks here. Looks like we have 3, 6, 9, 10 Scorpion tanks. So that's a good small Scorpion tanks. And the bikes are coming in to help support the Scorpion tanks. So this is a good 11 Scorpion tanks. Now all we see Unleashed has these bikes that are coming in from the side here, and Phoenix notices it right away. He's bringing in his own bikes to counter these bikes, and these bikes don't have anywhere to go. Unleashed is caught out of position. Actually, no, the bikes managed to make through. Just the sheer amount of luck with the rockets are coming in. And now these bikes are just cornered in the stop spikes. Phoenix did not go for his tip spike, surprisingly. Dozer Blaze is done for Steve Nash, and looks like he wants to go down the south here to do some destroying of the buildings. Unleashed is bringing his forces in, and he's got his barracks, and he's pumping out some fanatics, which is an excellent counter against tanks. A lot of people don't build it or forget to build it because A, they don't have their operations center, and B, it's a lot quicker to build rocket squads. But quite honestly, rocket squads just get squished. And Phoenix just squish all he wants, but with Fanatics, you can't squish them because they just die. They die and they blow up your tanks. Phoenix is coming in back to his expansion. He's got 2 refineries on this field right here, and that's an excellent ratio. Not sure if he's going to go for any clicks or anything. He's building a tech lab, so that's pretty good. Unleashed, meanwhile, has this Scorpion tank force with Dozer Blades and single Fanatic squad with a couple of Confessor Cabal squads for scouting. And we see that a single Scorpion tank is caught out of position. More Scorpion tanks are being built by that war factory. Tech center is down from Unleashed, and are we going to see some production? We are seeing the charge particle beam upgrade by Unleashed. Phoenix has got his forces all grouped up and decides to retreat because he doesn't have the numbers. Well, he does, but then Unleashed can just reverse back to his war factories and get repairs on his Scorpion tanks. Nobody built any flame tanks. I guess this map is not big enough for the flame tanks to sneak around the map. And looks like Steve Nash, did you build your tech center? Yes, you did, buddy. And are you going to go for clicks? I don't know. Unleashed needs to expand because he's just confined in his base. He doesn't have map control that Phoenix does, and Phoenix is going for fanatics of his own, and that'll take care of the Scorpion tanks from Unleashed. And Unleashed still has 5 bikes. So he's going to go do some harvester harassment. Single Scorpion tank has somehow made it across the left side of the map, and he's attacking these buggies. And these buggies, I guess they're just for the fanatics that were supposed to be built. Purifiers out now from Phoenix, and that's good. More fanatics are being built. Are you going for a tech center? Yes, or a tip chemical plant? Yes, you are. This Scorpion tank is coming in. He sees that we're the demergering facility. Single purifier tank, and this may be for a click. Is it for a click? I would love to see Tip Vane detonation. If this is Tip Vane, that'd be awesome. I don't think Unleashed notices it. Oh, he moved his tanks out. That's not good. That Tip chemical plant. I'm not sure if Phoenix had enough money. Oh, he did have enough money. I don't know why he didn't Tip Vane detonation. That Scorpion tanks. If he brought up Scorpion tanks and just placed them right here, and then reverse me back on the tip field. Oh, there's a Tip Vane. Oh wow, he took out that demerging facility. Tip Vane and Tip Vapor Bomb took out that took out the refinery and the demerging facility. Wow, and a couple of those tanks are heavily damaged. So that was a good shot there by Phoenix. Excellent there. He's got a couple Purifiers out for defense, and he's got a lot of Scorpion tanks. He's got some Fanatics here for defense. Unleashed is in trouble. He has a typical chemical plant of his own. And here comes a shot of the blast. Oh no, that's Phoenix. Sorry, I thought that was Unleashed. Lost the refinery. Now this time he fence fielded his Redeemer engineering facility. Called in the Sea Tiberium, so that he can get more Tiberium because he's probably low on economy, and I wouldn't blame him. But Phoenix, you need to identify this. You need to get more economy going. He's going for Redeemer of his own. He's got a Black Hand Flame Tanks. He's got Saboteurs. He's got tanks on one side of the map, and he's got his base and Purifiers on the other side of the map. The Raider Buggies do have the Emp coil, so they can Emp the Redeemer if it's not raged. And Unleashed is moving out with his Scorpion tank force. They are provided by a single Purifier tank. Scorpion tanks are here. Another small Scorpion tanks are here. And oh, bikes are coming in. The bikes are here. Those bikes are coming in and they destroy and they're attacking the harvesters. Those Purifiers need to react fast. I'm not sure if Steve Nash does have the Charge Particle Beam upgrade. Phoenix has his Redeemer out. As with Unleashed has his Redeemer out. And looks like Unleashed is seeing that Steve Nash is expanding to his side of the map. He's got the fresh blue tib right here. And Phoenix is going to be building more Fanatics. He does see that there's a large Scorpion tank force coming right here. He does have an Obelisk for defense. And at least surprisingly is not expanding. He needs to expand because if he doesn't, then Phoenix is going to get this Tiberium for his own. I wonder if this is a refinery. If this is a refinery, then at least he's in a lot of trouble because then he doesn't have any more Tiberium to go harvest. And it's a war factory, so it looks like he wants to go build some extra buggies. Steve Nash's Redeemer is right here and takes a shot at that Cabal squad. He's gonna flame it down. Or not. We're gonna see a big battle here coming in. Scorpion tanks are gonna be coming in from the left side, and Steve Nash's Redeemer is gonna be coming in from the right side. And at least the Redeemer is gonna come out of position. It does get raged, but it doesn't get. There were Scorpion tanks which is right on the side, and the Scorpion tanks are coming in. The Obelisk is under attack. The buggies are coming in, and they're going to be emptying their Redeemer. The Redeemer had no support to cover these Raider buggies, and Phoenix is coming in with his Purifiers, and this Redeemer is probably going to go down. I'm not sure, but Phoenix has lost a majority of his Scorpion tanks, and a couple of Scorpion tanks are in the red from Unleashed. Does take out that Obelisk of Light. The Redeemer there from Unleashed is taking a little bit of damage. Rage Gen goes off. Scorpion tanks are caught in the rage a little bit, and they're taking some shots off on that Purifier, but on those Redeemer. But the Purifiers are coming in, and what a nice, huge flame those Scorpion tanks were caught in the rage, chasing that Redeemer, and a good chunk of them got destroyed. So now a lot of force in this battle here. Right, Unleashed's Redeemer is still end, but now goes back online, and more Purifiers are coming in. Phoenix's Purifiers are being destroyed. Surprisingly, Unleashed has won this battle. A lot of Scorpion tanks have been destroyed, but at the same time, Phoenix lost almost all of his Scorpion tanks, and they're bringing it back to base. At the same time, Scorpion tanks from Phoenix are on the left side here, destroying some damage. They took out a fully upgraded power plant and a refiner. So that means Unleashed only has one refinery left, but he has no economy. And Steve Nash has 2 refiners on this field right here, and a lot of harvesters. He can just instantly build his force back up again. But the Scorpion tanks now have taken out a majority of all the Scorpion tanks in their Purifiers under attack now from the remaining of the Scorpion tanks. So Phoenix is coming in with his Purifiers and at least tries. Oh, that was Phoenix. Phoenix empts the Redeemer a little bit, and he's bringing his Purifiers in. They're just barbecuing everything they see. Scorpion tanks have taken out that Purifier, and now that Redeemer has almost been destroyed. Another Purifier goes down by Unleashed, and this is just absolutely barbecue time. Massacre. Another Purifier goes down. Unleashed is just streaming in more buggies and more Purifiers, and this might be the end for Unleashed. Oh, he's got to be careful that he doesn't get crushed by his own Purifier. And now it's going to be Redeemer versus Redeemer. Steve Nash needs to amp that Redeemer, and once that Redeemer has been destroyed, then looks like Unleashed has been defeated. There we go. So that was an okay game. Unleashed didn't have the opportunity to expand, but you know that's the problem with trying to think on the fly. So skip all this stuff. We have units craft. It was pretty even for most of the game. Structures, facing off Unleashed. Youngbird Swag had economy the entire game. Unleashed flatlined a little bit there because he didn't expand. Stats: Scorpion Tank and Scorpion Tank 66 1.40, and 91,218 to Unleashed, and 140,819. Wow, Unleashed had well, Phoenix had 1, 2 divided by 5. Wow, almost 30,000 more than Unleashed. Okay, so there's your game on Pie by Problems. Stay tuned for game number 2 coming up.